From CarRx Connected Dealer Services, we're going to talk about stop running your yesterday's playbook. To lead that conversation, please welcome Shane Wilson. Shane, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
Ready. Let's go. Let's go. How's everybody doing? Welcome to NADA 2026, everybody. So glad to be here. Glad to talk to you guys. Shane Wilson, President of Connected Dealer Services. And today, as Errol had mentioned, we're going to talk about how old playbooks don't win new games. So what does that mean? It's a simple idea that we came up with, and in fact, it's the theme of our booth when you see that, which you guys won't miss it when you walk the show. But basically, the industry's changing, right? You're going to hear data, AI, you're going to hear a lot of stuff this week. But is how you're running your business as a dealer changing? How you manage your fixed ops, how you're managing your marketing, how you're managing your service retention, your customer loyalty, is that changing with the times? Right? So we're going to bring you to the future here and walk you through that. So first off, who are we? What's CarRx? So we are a connected car enterprise tool or platform for dealerships. We manage everything from lot inventory management, lot management, service retention, fixed ops. We're very profitable in the F&I side, so it's an F&I sale. But at the end of the day, we're a data collection platform. We're collecting the data from the vehicle. I can honestly say we're probably the only one here at the show that can pull the data from the vehicle. Real odometer, as an example. Think about getting the real odometer value on every car that you sold real time. Huge, right? Let's think about what you could do with that data point. It's amazing. So how is that going to empower your business? How is that going to drive you for profitability? We're going to talk about customer retention. We're going to talk about lifetime value, things like that as I walk you through this kind of journey of CarRx. So before we go there, we got to really kind of hit right in the face of what we're seeing as far as trends, right? So 2026, the industry's saying it's going to be a softening market. Fewer sales, fewer leases, less customers entering the market. It's so important to retain your book of business, as I call it, your customer base. You have to keep that. You have to keep that going. And so we have to pay attention to that as an industry. And so if you think about what we're doing here at CarRx, we're helping you with your service retention, your maintenance, things like that, your fixed ops. So, it's about 13% of your total revenue as a dealer, but at the end of the day, it's about 45 to 50% of your profit. And it's just huge. And so my last slide, we talked about the softening market. Where are you going to bring your profitability? It's going to be in the fixed ops side of the world. But I'll tell you, there's a problem. Service retention's failing at the dealer today. Independents, third parties are taking our market share. You'll see about a 20% drop here from 2023 to 2025. Car dealership guy posted something earlier just this week that 35% drops to 35% after the second year of a vehicle purchase. How are you letting your customer base go, right? It's like a no-brainer to me. How are you doing that? So, and the stakes are high. You have about 74% of actual service customers that are more likely to buy a vehicle from you if they're servicing their vehicle from your group. So you're letting that go. So CarRx is here to help you drive that. So let's talk about why they leave. So why do they leave? Well, 45% of them leave because of poor communication, lack of trust, cost, things like that. There's this perception that, dealers are just too expensive. I can't go to a dealer, I have to go to a third party. Well, reality check, the cost is actually lower at a dealer. The average is $261 versus $275. So the problem is not cost. The problem is really communication and building your trust and building that retention, that loyalty that you have with your consumer, right? So what are customers looking for? They're looking for transparency. They're looking for flexible options, digital communications. They want that Amazon experience, right? Everyone just is used to that at this point. So how do you provide that from a dealer? Well, I will tell you, we can become your mobile app strategy for your dealer, and we're seeing that from some of our largest client base. If you think about the retention, loyalty, it all equals to the next purchase. And that's our North Star metrics as a company, is how do we drive that for you at the dealer? All right, how's your outreach going today? Probably have a BDC center, probably doing cold calling, maybe some direct email, some social campaigns. How many people have got a message from a car you don't own anymore? Or you have 30,000 miles, but you really have 100,000 miles because you're driving Uber or Lyft, right? Think about that. Think about the insights you can get from the vehicle, and that's what we can do. So what can we do? It's the data play, right? So we can get you the odometer I brought. Just that one data point by itself is huge. But think about all your maintenance, your check engine light data, battery health, fuel, all of those points you'll have. And you'll have those while the vehicle's at the dealership lot, but you'll also have it from the consumer side too, post-sale, okay? The effectiveness of a campaign. I love this. I love this. Not the prettiest slide, but it drives it home. So none of us love calls, right? It's trust and engagement is what we're looking at here. Calls, low on both. No one answers the phone. No one wants a phone call. SMS and email, about the middle, right? But there's a lot of compliance around that. There's spam rules, things like that. But look at push. Push is at the top. You gain trust and you gain engagement. We have stats that a promotional campaign from our program will give you 8 to 10x engagement from a mobile app. It's absolutely huge. So why? Why does push work? Well, it's immediate, it's contextual, and it's seen in real time. Going back to that Amazon experience, it's in the moment you need the data, and that's the important part. No one else can deliver that besides us here at CarRx. So let's just talk about push one more time before we move on. So you'll see it's about a 5 to 10x more engagement than email. You pass the spam and the compliance side of things, and then just look at the engagement on a personal campaign. Some of our dealers are just doing huge numbers with a Black Friday sale, 4th of July event, things like that from our platform. And remember, this is an F&I product that's sold to every consumer that you sell a vehicle to, right? So now they have they download the app, they've registered, now you have a direct connection to that consumer, okay? Precision engagement gives you the advantage. So if you think about a third party today, which by the way we showed you is gaining market share, they don't have the data. You could have the data with our program. So you have a super competitive edge. It allows you to continue that loyalty and the customer touch. And it's a game changer for you guys as a dealer group. So what else do we do? The data doesn't just help service retention and fixed ops and loyalty, but it also helps you manage your business. So you think about what we can do on the dealership lot. We handle all the stolen vehicle inventory. We handle your sales efficiency. How many of us have seen a salesperson walking through the dealership lot, hitting the key fob, waiting for the horn to honk, right? We don't do that anymore. Now we give you actual navigation to exactly where that vehicle is in real time. We give you the stats of the vehicle's health. We know if the battery's charged. We know if there's fuel in the vehicle. We do not want to have that poor customer experience from a consumer walking to a car that has to be jump-started, right? Or you can't take it on a test drive, Mr. Customer, because there's no fuel in the car. We provide all of that for you, okay? Also, what are some of the hidden costs? I mentioned sales efficiency, right? We did a couple surveys where some of the sales folks will take 30 minutes to go find a vehicle. How many white F-150s are in the back parking lot, right, and trying to find that? But hidden costs are still costs. And so think about the battery by itself. So we had an account, one of our larger dealer groups, if a battery dies at the dealership lot, you have to replace it. And this is a BMW as an example. And if the battery dies, full replacement, you have to swap it. The manufacturer doesn't cover that cost. So we're proactive. We're telling you when this happens, when the problem occurs, and we give it to you in real time to save money. $500,000 in 1 year, just savings, not on top of the profitability we gain and the service retention and some of the other things we do. So sell once and earn for years. I talked about that we are an F&I product, but we are sold as the dealership lot. So I'll walk you through the process where we preload our inventory. Every vehicle has our product installed. Then they sell it into F&I, right? So this is a stolen vehicle recovery type product. It's a customer loyalty product. It becomes the app strategy again for your dealer. And then you have the connection for the life of that vehicle, right? So think about the lifetime value. A couple of the folks are here earlier were just pitching their program and talking about direct marketing and customer lifetime loyalty. Well, this is the data that does that for you guys, okay? So finally, dealers who evolve will win. I think I'm really happy to be up here, and would love the opportunity to pitch you guys. My teams, like roaming around, you'll see the guys in the funky shoes and the blue vests around. But please come to our booth. We're really excited. We're at 5143 West. Bunch of arcade games, bunch of prizes, all kinds of stuff at the show, and we'd love to have you and get a pitch, give you guys a pitch. So thank you very much.